Jennifer Sanasi. You're watching News 24 Live. Well, the first round of the Currie Cup is behind us. We saw 4 games on the weekend. Joining me in studio is Sport 24 editor Garen and chief writer Rob, and they're going to take us through each and every one of those games. Hello, guys.
Morning, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
How's your weekend?
Very good, thank you.
Good, thank you. Quite busy.
Awesome. Well, I know you guys are busy watching the Currie Cup games. Garen, why don't you take us to the first one?
Right. Well, it was good to see Currie Cup action. Again, I thought I was really impressed by the standard of the rugby in all 4 games, considering this was the first round. Teams hadn't played together before. Looking at the first game, it was in Port Elizabeth. You had the EP Kings up against Western Province. Western Province last year's losing finalist. Interesting game. Province took a while to sort of get going. I expected them to win fairly easy, and in the end, to be fair, they did do so, but it took a really impressive second half performance. In the first half, there were indiscipline issues, a couple of yellow cards. It wasn't sort of vintage Western Province rugby, and EP really showed up for the game. Luke Watson led from the front. I thought he was fantastic. He was actually the official man of the match afterwards, and I think well deserved. He's come a long way, Luke Watson, in South African rugby. He's sort of found a home in the Eastern Cape now, and he's going to do good things for the Kings this season. I'm looking forward to seeing how his game progresses along with the EP team. But hats off to Western Province in the end as well. They've got their first away win under the belt already, which is always important, winning away from home. And I think they're just going to go from strength to strength in this competition. I certainly think they'll make the playoffs and will be a serious contender for the title this year.
Rob, what was your take on the very first game?
Yeah, there was a nice derby atmosphere, pretty good crowd in Port Elizabeth for a Friday night, and it was quite a rousing game. Very competitive from the Kings in the first half, and then as expected, I think Western Province did kind of hit their straps a little bit in the second. I thought that some of the Province outside backs showed a bit of promise. I thought Senatla, Colby in the back line showed the sort of danger they're going to pose throughout the competition. I think if Province are going to stick to this new sort of philosophy of trying to get the ball a bit wider and do things a little bit more spontaneously, I think it makes sense because they have got the strike power clearly out wide to do that. I was a bit critical when Luke Watson, ever a controversial figure in South African rugby, was given the man of the match. Quite unorthodox when the team that lost by 19 points boasts the man of the match. But in retrospect, I must say maybe it wasn't such a bad call after all, because there were a few Province players who played a bit fitfully. Some who didn't play particularly well in the first half and then did okay in the second. So fair enough in the end. The award went to Luke Watson, who did have a terrific game.